So, hello guys. So, welcome back to my channel. We are continuing our youth series and we are on episode 8 today. Um Today we are going to be talking about, are you whom God says you are. So that's what we want to discuss today. Are you whom God says you are? This is a question that you need to ask yourself. That are you whom God says that you are? You you have been living your life. Is of course you remember that we have been discussing and leading up to this, and then all that we have been saying is for you to just find yourself, because there's no point living a life then finding out at the end of it all that, oh, all this life I've lived have been for nothing. um I know my bishop severally has said it that there's only one life that you have. And all of us know that you have only one life. But that one life that you have, are you going to live it to the full? Are you going to live it to honor God? Are you going to live it to be such that all that you are doing in your life is to please God, is to fulfill God's plan and purpose for you? We have been leading up all this while. And I would not want a situation where you will say, okay, I have lived. I do not know what my purpose in life is. I do not know why my life is like this. There's a video of a young lady that is trending now. A young couple that was crying and saying the first time she's lived out, she has lived outside her family was that, and then she was mourning about the situation of Nigeria. Now, if I relate with what, because I was in John Obidi's night school last night, and one of the things he was saying, and which is also my own view, is that yes, everybody is saying things are tough. Yes, you can say, okay, to help people, to pity people, and see how you can help people outside. Yes, but don't go into pity party. Now, why I do not minimize this young lady's situation, probably because she's living outside of the family for the first time. Probably all this while she had been in school, she had been everywhere, she had been going from home. It's possible maybe she's a lecturer's child and she's living on campus, so she had never really had to live outside of that environment. Um, I had a very sheltered life myself, but probably I things were much better. How much was even? I think it was in our time that they actually, or just before we went to service, that the money was increased to 350 naira. There, you can't even use that to buy bread these days. That's how bad Nigerian money has been. And when she was saying, okay, like I'm shocked because last time I bought egg was actually four. No, okay, I think the one I bought in Benin here, but the last one I bought in Abuja was about 4,500 or so. Then the one I bought in Benin, normally I buy half a crate because I don't really eat that much. Even that one I just ate the last one last week. So probably because I'm alone, because of course if the whole family is there, I will have to be talking about a crate or two. Um, I don't ask anymore. I just buy. That's how the country has become. And I could feel for young people what they are going through. It is such a pity. But then you really be, I mean, the young lady was crying. She was crying on video. So, and I felt for her. And like my husband normally say about the children that that going by the way we lived, he wonders how they cope. Like he wonders how they cope. Sincerely, it is that bad. Now, does it mean you will now sit down, um you just give up, throw up your hand in the air, and what I made up my mind about to do since last year, no, the year before, and when all these things started, was I told myself the only prayer I pray to God that God, I'll be able to afford it. And that is just, and that is for me is still my position. And essentially that what Obidi was saying. Now, does it mean just by confession? No. You go out of your way, you actually do something about it. You go out of your way to solve the problem. You now, like, of course you may also avoid falling into all kind of scheme, which is actually what motivated this you series in the first place. It is not about doing dubious things. I mean, I was happy about one thing that I could see this young girl. in her mind, she's not thinking of dubious things. But her mind, though I was also one thing that struck me when somebody was making comments that how a copper you be talking of taking about 20 something thousand naira. For God's sake, can you enter bus? Can you anyway, she was complaining about the Lagos thinking and all of that. So that may make her difficult. Maybe she used to being carried about it, whatever the background that she had and all of that. So I can understand what she's feeling. Probably she had also had a bit of a privileged life. So she cannot really understand how people are hustling. So like she confessed, that's the first thing. But the point is this, that you need to hustle. And the point we are still making is this, that if God says you are successful, that's what the Bible says. Now it doesn't mean you just confess and you go and put your hands, you lay your hands on your chest and start waiting. No. You need to go out. And that is all the point we have been making, we have been leading up to this. But it is important that you understand that God made you and made you fearfully and wonderfully. If you understand that, when I look at the affirmation that John Bidi was making us to say yesterday, I mean, you're not a slave. You are a human being, you're a citizen of Nigeria, you're not a slave. And that is why it was surprising to me that NYSC started, though of course I've not been able to finish reading. They said there's a document that you don't talk and all of that. All of us, even as civil servants, we are government employees. And it doesn't mean that we cannot actually say our mind if we are not happy about what government is doing. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we have the oath of oath of secrecy, not to divulge government secrets and all of that. But it doesn't mean that when the government is doing what is wrong, you don't have a right to also complain. So why would labor union now talk? Why will anybody talk? Are we slaves? We are not slaves. We are not slaves. So do not have a mentality of slave. Do not also have a mentality of entitlement. So the whole point of what we are saying is that you're not feeling entitled, but at the same time, you are not slavish. You are not supposed to be a bootlicker. You're supposed to be able to speak truth to power. It is not about being rude. And anybody that you decide to hold public office, that means you should be able to face criticism. You should be able. I have been a dean, and when people come to me and say, what I would not like is you going behind and be gossiping. But when you come to me and tell me, Dean, this thing you are doing, no, it is not proper. I'll say, that I didn't know. Okay, so what is it? And we will talk about it. Aisha Isubu was sharing a video, say, okay, if it is Obi that is criticized like that, instead of threatening the young man, he will call and young woman, he will call and say, okay, how is it? But let me not leave matter to talk matter. The point is that understand one thing. God made you fearfully and wonderfully. And you are therefore not a slave. So do not have a slave mentality. You are not a beggar. Do not have a beggar mentality. Are you whom God says you are? You need to know that you are made fearfully and wonderfully. And therefore, what it means is that you should go out there. Find that we have told you if you need training, go for training. If you need mentor, go for mentor. Whatever you need to do. But that thing inside of you, when I know somebody that used to say that I was proud. I have never been. Anyway, people say that if they say no, they're humble, that means they're not humble. I have never been somebody that believe that there's anything to be proud about, because whatever I have, God gave me. So and that for me, that because becomes a basic thing. So I don't feel that anybody is beneath me or whatever, and neither do I feel anybody is superior to me. All I know is that yes, you may be my senior, you may know better than me. I'll be ready to learn from you. But the point is this, that do not look down on yourself. Do not have a low self-esteem that make you to feel unworthy. So God says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Because of that, let your life be important to you, because it is important to God for him to send Jesus to come and lay his life down for you. Let Make sure that you do not look down on yourself. Make sure that you do not talk down on yourself. Make sure that you see yourself the way God sees you. He has made you fearfully and wonderfully. Let that ring in your head. God will bless you. God will help you, and God will continue to guide you. Do not forget that we have been saying all this series. We are going to number 20. We are on number 8 now. So just make sure you are following this, and God will help us to achieve all that we have set out to achieve by the grace of God. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget.